Today we're going to be talking about how you can get the latest stock data and essentially create your own stock trading sheet within Excel. So Excel actually has some pretty cool built-in features to help you track stock data live. So first I'm going to kind of show you how you can pull stock information into an Excel spreadsheet automatically, and then we'll create kind of a stock tracking sheet that you can create. So let me show you an example of how this works. So let's say that we want to know the stock information for Apple. All right, so basically what we're going to want to do is type Apple or the ticker symbol for Apple. And then what we're going to want to do is select that cell, go to data, and then select this stock button here. Then this little side menu is going to pop up and this little question mark is going to appear in that cell. Because Excel is looking for you to select which stock market you would like to pull the information from. So in this case for Apple, we're just going to select the NASDAQ stock market. We'll go ahead and hit select, and then this little house will appear. And this is indicating that it is a rich data type. So if you click on this house, it's going to pop up all the information for Apple. It's going to bring up the price, the ticker symbol, the 52-week low, 52-week high. It's going to give you the PE ratio, the shares outstanding, a description of the company, the employees, all the basic information of this company and how the stock is trading. So that's all fine and dandy, but we actually want some of this information to be displayed in different cells rather than us having to click on it, have it load, and then for us to search. So let's say that here we want to display the ticker symbol, which is AAPL, right? We don't want the full name, we just want the ticker symbol here. And there are kind of three ways to display any information that you might find in this card. Now the first way is to select the house, open up the card, and then you can simply hover over ticker symbol, and once you see this little plus sign with the kind of sheet of paper, select that, and that will put the ticker symbol there. You'll notice that this is a formula. So another way to extract this information is you can go to a cell, you can reference the rich data type that we have pulled, select that cell, hit period, and then you can select any of these options. So if we again wanted the ticker symbol, we can go down and select the ticker symbol and hit enter. And then the third way is to simply select that cell and then hit this little plus sign and find which one you're trying to input. So in this case, again, the ticker symbol. So those are kind of the three ways you can pull specific information from this data card. Now let's go about creating our stock tracking sheet. We're going to delete these here and keep this. We're going to bring this down one. So for the first step in creating the stock tracking sheet, I'm going to add all of the headers that we're going to want for this tracking sheet. So this first one, this is just going to be, we'll label that stock. So this is where all these rich data types are going to be for these companies. We'll put the ticker symbol right next to it. And then we want to know how many shares of this we have. We're going to want to know the average cost of all of those shares we have for a particular company. And then we'll calculate the total cost, the total that it costed us for those shares. Then we want Excel to display the current stock price. We will then calculate the current value of all those stocks, which will essentially just be the current price times the number of shares we have. And then we're going to want to know the gain or loss we have total. And so Excel is going to be able to pull the current stock price for us. We're going to create a formula to give us the total cost and the gain loss, as well as the current value, the current total value of our portfolio. But what we're going to need to do is input the share and the average cost amount ourselves. So we're going to highlight that in a light orange just to indicate that we need to input data here. So I'm going to make this a little smaller and format these, and we'll center all of this. So for this example, I'm just going to put that we have, let's just say we have 3 total shares of Apple, and we bought them at an average cost of $150. So we'll format that to currency. And then our total cost is going to be the average cost times the number of shares that we have. So that'd be $450. We spent $450 total to buy those 3 shares. And then this is where we can use Excel to find the current price. So we can go about that in the 3 different ways, or what we can do is hit equals B3 or B4 period, and we're looking for the current price. So that would be indicated as price. And that will update the current price live, right? So then the current value is going to be the current price times the number of shares that we have. And then we will, to find the gain or loss that we have on those stocks, we will take the current value and subtract that from the total cost here. So that is the basic stuff we need to create our stock tracking sheet. Now what we need to do is turn this into a table. So we'll select the data that we've entered, go up to Insert, and then we'll select Table. And then if you select that data, it will have that, and just say OK, because our table does have headers. And that'll create that, and that'll turn that into a table for us, which is going to be important. Now you can play around with this. I'm just going to keep this plain, and then we can format it ourselves, because I don't particularly like the different formats that are available. We can just format it ourselves. All right, so there are a couple of steps we still have left to do before our stock tracking sheet is complete, or a couple of things we need to cover. So say that you have a stock here and you selected the wrong stock exchange. You can always go back and change that by right-clicking that cell, go to Data Type, and then go to Change. And then you can go here and you can reselect the stock exchange that you're looking to select. Now, another thing to note is these data types aren't automatically going to refresh on their own. So, for example, this current stock price isn't just going to automatically refresh as I'm looking at it. What you need to do is select any of these cells that is pulling information from this rich data type cell that we've created. And you can either go up to Data, Refresh All, or you can right click and hit Refresh. So if you do that to any of these cells, that will automatically refresh it across the board for you. Now, in order to add more stocks to this table, we simply right-click, hit Insert, Rows Below. So that will input this exact same format, all the formulas that we had created in the same way. And so we're going to add 3 more rows here to add 3 more stocks that are in our portfolio. So let's say that we own some Tesla stock, which I know the ticker symbol is TSLA. Let's say that we own some Ford stock, Ford Motor Company. And then let's say we own some Amazon. But let's say that we don't know how to spell Amazon, and so we'll spell it like that. Now we can select all 3 of those, and we need to make these the rich data type cells we had talked about before by going back up, by selecting those cells, going back up to Data, and selecting Stocks. Now, since we entered the ticker symbol, Excel was like, okay, I know that's Tesla. And then we entered Ford. Ford is like, yeah, I know what company that is. But we spelled Amazon wrong. So now it's going to have a question mark because it's not being able to pull any information for that. So what we can do here is then we can redo the spelling, or we can or we can search, and Excel will give us options of what it thinks we're talking about. So in this case, we are talking about Amazon.com, which is on the NASDAQ. We'll go ahead and hit select, and then that will create our rich data type. So after we did that, we can see that the ticker symbols were added along with the current stock price and all of our other calculations. The only thing left we have to do is enter in the number of shares we have and the average cost. So I'll just quickly enter some data in. Let's say we own 4 of those. 20 shares of that, and 3 shares of this. Let's say we actually bought Tesla stock at an average of $450, but we can see that, hey, we actually bought Tesla at a higher price than what it's trading at currently, so it'll indicate that as a loss. And let's say we bought Ford at $8 and Amazon at $125. Now, another thing you can do for your stock tracking sheet is you can add a totals tab here at the bottom to show the total gains or losses that we might have. Now, the way you can do that is if you right click within the table, go down to table, and then tables, and then select totals row. And that will add a total row, and here we can see what our total gain or loss might be. And we can then adjust this to not show any color or to have no fill. Now let's say that we wanted to add more data that we don't actually already have. What we can do is select in the table, we can hit this little plus sign to add a column, and we can choose any of these options, which is information being pulled from this stock by Excel. So let's just say we wanted to know the PE ratio, we can select that, and we'll add the PE ratio to our table. We'll go ahead and just delete that. But let's say that you also, for this gains and loss column, you want it to automatically highlight red or green, depending on if it's a positive, depending on if it's a loss or a gain. Green if it's a gain, and orange or red if it's a loss. What you can do is you can select those cells. You can go up to conditional formatting and add a new rule here. And then if we select format only cells that contain, so format cells with the cell value greater than 0, we want that to be highlighted in green. And then we'll hit OK and hit OK again. And then we'll need to add an additional rule for cells that are below or that are trading at a loss. So then we'll select again cells that contain cell value. We'll do less than 0, and we'll format that to be orange in this case. We'll go ahead and hit OK. And then there we can see all the positive trades we have and all the negative. So if we go in here and say that our average cost was $20 for Ford, that's going to be trading at a loss, and that will automatically highlight for us. All right, the last thing I want to show you is how to create a chart for all of this data or information that you have. We want to see our portfolio mix. We want to know what percentage of all the money in our portfolio is in each stock. So here we can see our total costs. We have nearly $3,000 invested in our portfolio right now. So what we can do is we want to select the ticker symbol, then control click and select total cost, including the headers. So you select those two columns, go up to insert, recommended charts, and we're going to select a pie chart for this example. We'll go ahead and hit OK, and this will kind of show us our product mix that we have between all these different stocks. And then we can go and edit this chart how we want, but this will show us, hey, the majority of our portfolio is in Tesla. And then likewise, you can do that same thing and you can create a chart for the number of shares. I would recommend using a pie chart for that. You could do one for your gains and losses, and so on and so forth. So that's how you can get stock data in Excel and create a stock tracking sheet for your portfolio. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe before you go. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, and just have a great rest of your day.